Okay, so this is Chaturdachan, so the main date, 15th. We also had a lunar eclipse earlier today, and this is now the final day, Andra. This is the final day of the 15 days of the Sutra term practice. So please, beginning, I'd like to really request very strong prayers for there to be peace in this world and an absence of conflict in this world, and an increase of compassion and all-pervasive love and wisdom connected with virtue and skillful means connected with loving kindness and compassion and caring. And then keeping in our hearts those that we wish to pray for, projects we wish to pray for, people we wish to pray for, places we wish to pray for. And then the specific request for the long lives of all our teachers, all our gurus, and all gurus teaching true paths to enlightenment, and for the swift return of our precious teacher, Kyabje Zopa Rinpoche. So please pray and dedicate for Rinpoche's true and unmistaken reincarnation to return as quickly as possible in a place where the reincarnation can be very quickly recognized. And please pray the reincarnation can complete all the studies as soon as possible and resume carrying out the legacy of Rinpoche's past life, and therefore be of the most benefit to numberless sentient beings. And in this new incarnation be able to offer extensive benefit to the world and each one of us with Dharma practice and teaching in the same way as the past life inspired us. May the teachings of Buddha and all the other holy activities of Rinpoche's organization become the greatest benefit to all mother sentient beings, and particularly here in Red Institute to continue all the different projects. So the clinic and dental is coming, so the mobile clinic, so many people receiving the free treatment, and then also the school, so that everything to be successful for the school and all the different projects here. Okay, so page 4, the mantra to increase the power of recitation. Dayanda Om Dare Dare Bandare Soa, 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 Dayanda Om Dare Dare Bandare Soa. The Noble Sutra, remembering the three jewels. In Sanskrit, Arya Ratnachaya Anushmriti Sutra. In Tibetan, Bhavakunja Jesutra Vedo. Homage to the Omniscient One, purified and consummate, victorious, virtuous, and transcendent. Thus gone, foe-destroying, entirely perfect Buddha, full of wisdom and blissfully proceeding, the knower of the world, charioteer and subduer of beings, the unsurpassable and teacher of gods and humans. Such is Buddha, victorious, virtuous, and transcendent. He who is thus gone exemplifies the merit which is his cause. In him no root of virtue is ever worn away. Through his manifold patience he is excellently beautiful. He is the treasure ground of merit, adorned with the tokens of enlightenment. He is graced with the flowers of the marks of Buddhahood. All he does is timely and opportune, and nothing in harmonious smiles aside of him. True joy indeed he gives to those who open up their hearts to him in faith. Through the brilliance of his wisdom he is unconfounded, and against his power there is no victory. He is the teacher of all living beings, the father of all bodhisattvas, the king of all supreme ones. He is the guide for those who journey to the city beyond affliction. His wisdom is unbounded, his assurance is beyond imagination. His speech is altogether pure, well-tuned and sweet to hear. Gazing on him, one is never sated. His body is beyond compare. By the realm of desire he is unstained, and by the realm of form he is wholly uncontaminated. He is not mingled with the formless, he is altogether free from misery, and from the aggregates he is utterly and altogether liberated. The elements have no hold on him. He has mastery over the sense powers. All his bonds are completely severed, and from all pains he is perfectly and totally released. No craving does he have, he has passed beyond the stream. Perfect is his wisdom, and in the wisdom of the Buddhas, past, present, and to come, he has made his dwelling. In nirvana, where all suffering is transcended, he does not abide. His abode is on the summit of perfection, whence he perceives all living beings. Such are the sublime qualities that are the greatness of the Buddha, victorious, virtuous, and transcendent. The sacred doctrine is righteous in the outset, righteous in the middle, righteous in the end, in its meaning excellent, and in its words and syllables likewise. It is integral and unalloyed, it is all-sufficing, altogether pure and purifying. Well spoken is this Dharma by the victorious, virtuous, and transcendent. It is a perfect way of seeing, it is devoid of flaws. It is perennial and leads us onward. To see this Dharma is to fulfill one's purpose. It produces in the wise the wisdom all-distinguishing. The Dharma spoken by the victorious, virtuous, and transcendent is shown to be well-tempered to the instructions and to the needs of all. It drives one from samsara and causes one to go to perfect Buddhahood. It is free from contradiction, and in it all is summarized. It is to be relied upon totally. It is a cutting of the root. The Sangha of the Mahayana comprises those who have well entered, wisely entered, entered with straightforwardness and aptitude. Right it is to join one's hands before them, and right to make prostrations. They are the glorious field of merit. They are the perfect recipient of gifts. They are the objects of offering, everywhere and always. They are the objects worthy of all offering. And then chanting the names of Manjushri. In the Indian language, Arya Manjushri, Nam Sangiti. In Tibetan, Baba Jambagi, Sanya Baba Japa. In English, chanting the names of the noble Manjushri. Homage to ever youthful Manjushri. Then Vajradhara, ever glorious, supreme subduer of the heart, to tame the hero conquering the triple wall. The Vajra Lord and master of all secrets, with eyes wide open like white lotuses, his face just like a lily in full bloom, while shaking in his hand repeatedly. A Vajra of the highest excellence, accompanied by countless Vajrapanis, with features such as fierce turbulent brows, subduers of the hard to tame heroes, and bearing with heroic hideous forms, brandishing in their hands their mighty vajras, the tips of which emit intensive light, great benefactors to all living beings, through skill, through insight, and through great compassion, with pleas and heavy attitudes, with joy. Their bodies those of wrathful deities, protectors who assist the Buddha's deeds. Their bodies bowing reverentially, paid homage to the true awakened one. Protector, blessed one, Tathagata, and joining his two palms respectfully, he said before the Lord the following: O omnipresent Lord, for my well-being, with due concern for me and for my sake, that I may reach complete awakening upon the basis of illusions not, and for the sake of every living being, sunk deep into the mud of ignorance, that tossed to stir by various afflictions, so that they may obtain the highest fruit, may you, the most supreme awakened one, the Blessed One, the world's Guru and Teacher, who knows the great Samaya's reality, aware of wishes and abilities, reveal to us the great name chanting of the wisdom body of the Blessed Nisha, master of all speech, the self-arising wisdom emanation, the wisdom deity called Manjushri. These names with meaning both profound and vast, of great significance, unmatched, serene, with goodness at their start, middle, and end, proclaimed by Buddhas of the aeons past, and to be taught by Buddhas yet to come, and taught not once but time and time again, by all the Buddhas of the present age, which were respectfully recited in illusions left the Tantra most supreme, by multitudes of mighty Vajrapanis, the joyous guardians of secret mantras. Just this I shall uphold with firm resolve, until I reach my final liberation, so that I may become, O great protector, the bearer of the Buddha's every secret, and this I shall reveal to living beings, according to each one's capacity, in order that afflictions may be quelled, so ignorance may fully be dispelled. With this request of the Tathagata, the master of all secrets, Vajrapani, his body bowed, his palms were lightly joined, then stood before the Lord devotedly, and saw the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, the best of men, the fully awakened one, extending from his mouth his handsome tongue, a tongue unmatched in both its breadth and length, displaying a gentle smile to living beings, a smile that fills the threefold world with light, that tames the enemy, the four maras, that ends unwanted birth in all three forms, his voice melodious like that of Brahma, completely filling all the triple world, replied as follows to the Lord of Secrets, the Vajrapani, strongest of the strong, that you abounding in supreme compassion, and aiming to assist all living beings, are willing and prepared to hear from me this evil quelling, purifying chanting, the chanting of the name so filled with meaning, of Manjushri's embodiment of wisdom, now truly excellent, O Vajradhara. How excellent a view, O Vajrapani, and so I shall, O Master of all secrets, reveal just that to you most splendidly, with single-minded focus, listen well. How excellent, responded Vajrapani, so truly excellent, O Blessed One. And then the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, surveyed in full the family great with mantras, the family of the Vidyas and the mantras, the family that is threefold by its nature, the family of and yet beyond the world, the family great in brightening the world, the foremost family of Mahamudra, and so the family great with great Ushnisha. And then about the Lord of speech he spoke these verses, which include 6 kingly mantras, which manifest from non-duality, which bear the quality of non-arising. A-a, i-i, u-u, a-a, a-a, am-a-shito, shida, nyana, murti, aham, buddho, buddhanam, tradva, vatinam, Om Vajatisha Lunga Jana Prajna Jnana Murtaya Jnana Kaya Bhageshvara Patsinaya Te Namaha. And so he is the Blessed One, the Buddha, awakened fully, born of the letter A. He is the letter A, the foremost one in supreme most syllable with meaning great, arising from great vital force unborn, beyond expression based on words or speech, the foremost cause of every form of speech, the shining forth of every kind of language. Great feaster takes the form of great passion, producing bliss in every sentient being. Great feaster takes the form of great anger, great enemy of every mental poison. Great feaster is by nature great delusion, delusions vanquisher for deluded minds. Great feaster is in essence great fury, great adversary to all furiousness. Great feaster takes the form of great desire, who vanquishes desire in all forms. He is great carnal lust, he is great bliss, he is great happiness, he is great joy, with great appearance bearing form supreme, with great complexion marked by great physique, with great renown, the great magnificent one, is mandala, voluminous and great, the bearer of the mighty sword of wisdom, the foremost god for taming great afflictions, possessing great renown, his glory great, his brightness great, his luster most supreme, most wise upholder of the great illusion, fulfiller of the great illusion's aims, enraptured by the great illusion's rapture, the great illusion's great illusionist, the foremost lord of great magnificence, supreme upholder of great discipline, intensive order of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence, samadhi resting through great meditation, endowed with bodies flowing from great wisdom, both great in strength and great in skillful means, a brimming ocean filled with vows and knowledge, by nature great in kindness limitless, the foremost mind enriched by great compassion, of great insight, of great intelligence, great dexterous one with methods ever great, commanding powers and great miracles, with driving force supreme with speed unmatched, renowned great Lord of foremost majesty, most valorous owing to his great might, destroying a massive mountain of becoming, unyielding, holding strong a massive Vajra, great terrifying Lord, the great cruel one, provoking fear in great and daunting creatures, protector as the greatest of all vidyas, a guru as the greatest of all mantras, traversing well the Mahayana's path, himself the Mahayana's foremost way. He is Mahabharachana, the Buddha, great sage observing great intensive silence, arising from the great mantra way. He is at heart the great mantra way, accomplished in the 10 paramitas, having the 10 paramitas as form, in whom the 10 paramitas are pure, for whom the 10 paramitas are means, protector reigning over all 10 grounds, residing steadily on all 10 grounds, made pure in nature by the tenfold knowledge, maintaining purity through tenfold knowledge, with tenfold forms intent on tenfold content, with tenfold strength pervasive Lord of sages, achieving every aim for every being, endowed with tenfold mastery supreme, beginningless complexity devoid, by nature pure reality in essence, unwavering the speaker of the truth, with speech and actions perfectly aligned, a teacher of the non-dual truth, non-dual, atop reality's most lofty peak, with selflessness his wild lions roar, instilling fear in delight misled seekers, with journeys fruitful, travelling everywhere, as swift as thought in all Tathagatas, slayer of foes, triumphant Lord, a universal king with forces great, assembly head, instructor for assemblies, assembly lord, assembly chief, the ruler, most influential, bearing precious burdens, not other bound his way, the greatest way, the Lord of speech, the master of expression, most skilled in words, adept with language truthful, with boundless words, the teacher of the truth, providing teachings on the fourfold truth, no coming back, no turning round, right, no, the leader of the Pratyeka Buddhas, gone forth by going forth in different ways, the single cause of all great elements, Aha, Bhikshu, defilements exhausted, devoid of passion, master of the senses, arrived at comfort, met with security, for he, having cooled down, is free from stains, equipped in full with knowledge and his base, a Sugata, best knower of the world, not thinking me, not clinging on to mine, established in the system of two truths, upon the edge of cyclic life's far shore, with deeds accomplished, resting on the bank, emerging from untainted lone awareness, with sword-like insight ever penetrating, the Son, the Dharma King, the noble Dharma, supreme illuminator of the world, the Dharma Lord, the sovereign of the Dharma, the teacher of the path to excellence, accomplishing all goals, fulfilling aims, completely free from wants of any kind, bereft of thought and on the bleeding source, the Dharma source supreme beyond decay, enriched by merit, merit's gathering, unique great wisdom, wisdom, wisdom rich, aware of what exists and what does not, while gathering the twofold gathering, eternal yogin, king of everywhere, the object and the mind of concentration, the master of intelligent reflection, for by oneself alone is he experienced, immovable, the ultimate beginning, the holder of the three enlightened bodies, the Buddha formed of 5 embodiments, the omnipresent made of 5 wisdoms, his diadem with 5 awakened ones, with all 5 eyes maintaining non-attachment, the great progenitor of all the Buddha's eminent and foremost son, arising from the world of true insight, the source, the Dhamma source, existence ending, comprised of Vajras, holy, dense and firm, the newborn sovereign ruler of the world, emerging from the sky, the self arisen, a massive blaze of knowledge and of insight, illuminating beacon of great light, a lamp of wisdom shining brilliantly, a light for beings, a lantern unto wisdom, with energy supreme, most radiant, the Vidya King, the greatest mantras Lord, the mantra King, achieving noble aims, the great Ushnisha, marvelous Ushnisha, the Lord of space, revealer of all things, the best embodiment of every Buddha, with eyes the joy of every living being, creator manifesting varied forms, great sage deserving praise, deserving worship, the mantra born unto the triple family, upholding mantras of the foremost pledge, the greatest bearer of the triple gem, who teaches all 3 peerless vehicles, with snare unfailing, most victorious, the snatcher ever great, the Vajra snare, The Vajra hook, the snare of excellence, called Vajra Bharawa, he is terrific. Six-faced, the king of anger, hideous. Six-eyed, six-armed, the ever-powerful. Bearing his terrible fangs, a skeleton. Hala hala, 100 faces proud. The Yama killer, ruling obstacles, instilling fear with Vajra impetus. The Vajra-hearted, famous for his Vajra, with belly large, with Vajras of illusion. The Vajra-born, the sovereign of the Vajra. Akin to space, his core comprised of Vajras. Unmoving, haughty, with his single dreadlock. His clothes an elephant's rawhide still moist. The great terrific one who cries ha ha, who screams he, instilling fervent fear. A moving lamp, he is the Vajra laugh, the mighty hound. He is the noble Sattva Vajra Sattva, the Vajra sovereign lord, the highest bliss, the Vajra's wrathfulness, the highest joy. Intoning poems of Vajra Homkara, with Vajra arrows serving as his weapon. His sword comprised of Vajra slashing war, upholding every Vajra bearing. With just a single Vajra ending strike, with eyes like Vajra fire, truly dreadful, with hair that's like a Vajra set ablaze, immersion of the Vajra, great immersion, with eyes like Vajra's eyes 100-fold, with Vajra hairs that sprout upon his body, his unique figure marked by Vajra hairs, with nails advancing Vajras at their tips, with skin that's solid like a Vajra's core. The splendid master donning Vajra garlands, and all with Vajra fashioned ornaments, with booming voices, laughter crying ha ha, 6-syllable producing Vajra rumbles. Great Manjushri sound supremely loud, a roar unique unto the threefold one, the voice that reaches every bound of space, preeminent amongst all voice endowed. He is a being whose fully realized truth, reality, its peak and selflessness, supreme and propagating emptiness, unspoken teaching both the deep and vast, the Dhamma conch emitting piercing sound, the Dhamma gone with lasting resonance, arriving at unbounded liberation. He is the Dhamma drum in all directions, without a form, with handsome form supreme, replete with forms diverse, comprised of mind, with splendor shining through his every form, with all reflections under his control, invincible, renowned as Lord Supreme, the Lord Supreme who rules the threefold world, abiding on the noble's lofty path, great source of flourishing, the Dhamma's crown, with youthful form unique unto all worlds, the eldest senior father of all beings, adorned with 32 auspicious marks, most beautiful, most handsome in all worlds, the teacher teaching mundane good and knowledge, the teacher to all beings most confident, the world's most trusted guide, protector, savior, the refuge unsurpassed, the guardian, with rich enjoyments filling all of space, the knowledge ocean of omniscient beings, while smashing through the shell of ignorance and breaking through the cage of cyclic life, the thorough queller of intense affliction, arriving at samsara's opposite shore, his crown, the crown of wisdom consecration, his ornaments comprising perfect Buddhas, the soother of the pain of threefold pain, the ender of the trio ending free, arriving at the threefold liberation, completely free of every obscuration, having achieved a quality sky-like beyond the stains of every last affliction, aware of timelessness in all three times, most eminent amongst all sentient beings, the crown amongst those crowned with noble virtues, completely free from every kind of substrate, established firmly on the path of space, a splendid wish-fulfilling jewel in hand, the best of all that's precious, omnipresent, great wish-fulfilling tree, most plentiful, the greatest of all great auspicious vases, fulfilling the aims of living beings adore, an ally most beloved to all creatures, aware of good and bad, aware of times, the omnipresent knower of the pledges, upholding pledges, conscious of occasions, awake to varied aptitudes in beings, with expertise in threefold liberation, with virtues knowing Dharma, auspicious source of all auspiciousness, of all auspicious things the most auspicious, great splendor, glory, good, most prosperous, great reassurance, foremost celebration, great joyousness, the highest form of pleasure, abundance, reverence, action, venerable, great happiness, the noble Lord of splendor, the greatest granter of all wishes wished for, the highest source of refuge, refuge granting, the fearsome enemy of potent danger, alleviating danger in all forms, with tufts of hair, with plumes of luscious hair, with matted lost cord tight, 5 face with 5 head tufts, his head well crowned, his head adorned with garlands of 5 strands, upholding great observances, head shaven, the foremost of observances, chaste student, with great austerities perfected fully. He is the greatest Veda Gautama, a Brahman, knower of Brahman, arrived in full at Brahman Nibbana. Branches liberation, release, complete tranquility, quiescence, Nirvana, peacefulness, tranquility, approaching graceful entry to Nirvana, the culmination ending vain and pleasure, the state devoid of passion, free from substrates, beyond defeat, unmanifest, unmatched, no making manifest, appearance free, pervasive, timeless, fully omnipresent, minute beyond defilement, seed free, unstained, devoid of passion, passionless, controlling humors, free from every illness, by nature most awake and fully awake, omniscient, knowing everything supreme, beyond reality as consciousness, pristine awareness, bearing non-dual form, beyond conceptualization, effort-free, acting as Buddhas do in every age, the Buddha endless and beginningless, the Buddha of the start, devoid of sequence, with wisdom as his only eye unstained, the Tathagata with wisdom as his body, the sovereign of all language, great debater, the king of discourse, best of orators, the best and greatest of communicators, the unassailable, the lion of speech, with universal vision, true delight, with fire garlands handsome to behold, the endless love, most radiant, great luster, with shining rays in hand, providing light, the best and foremost of all great physicians, unequaled in removing thorns of pain, a tree providing medicine for all, a foe opposing every malady, the lovely crowning jewel of all 3 worlds, a cluster of the stars most glorious, the end of space in all its 10 directions, the hoisting high of Dharma's victory flag, sharing one large umbrella with the world, with love and kindness as his mandala, the celebrated lotus lord of dance, pervasive with his precious parasol, the blazing energy of all the Buddhas, with bodies fully shared by all the Buddhas, the highest union formed with all the Buddhas, the single teaching taught by all the Buddhas, most glorious with Vajraratna's blessing, the highest sovereign Lord of Savaratna, the King Supreme of Savalokeshwara, the Lord on high of Sarva Vajradhara, the quintessential mind of Sarva Buddha, residing in the mind of every Buddha, the greatest body born by every Buddha, the lovely speech enriching every Buddha, the scorching brightness from the Vajra sun, with stainless luster from the Vajra moon, great passion of the passionless and others, with multicolored rays that brightly blaze, the perfect Buddha's perfect Vajra posture, retaining for all beings the Buddha's Dharma, the lotus Buddha's celebrated son, the knowledge treasurer for the omniscient, the sovereign king controlling all illusions, the foremost master of the Buddha's spells, called Vajratisha, sword supremely mighty, completely pure, the highest syllable, atop things remedy, the Mahayana, with Vajradharma as his mighty weapon, with Vajra depth renowned as Jinaji, with Vajra thought aware of how things are, perfecting all perfections perfectly, adorned by all the grounds of bodhisattvas, the selflessness of pure phenomena, with luster that is moonlight unto knowledge, with great endeavors as illusory nets, the foremost master ruling every tantra, endowed in full with every Vajra posture, completely furnished with all wisdom bodies, completely good with intellect supreme, the embryo of earth-sustaining beings, great embryo from which all Buddhas form, with emanation circles most diverse, the highest nature of all entities, supportive of the nature of all things, with goals for all, with dharmas unarisen, supportive of the nature of all dharmas, with full awareness of phenomena, in but an instant as the wisest sage, with vivid realization of all dharmas. Jesus is greatest intellect, the vanquisher of hosts of evil spirits, unwavering, completely pure in nature, grasping the wakefulness of perfect Buddhas, the direct realization of all Buddhas. He is the flame of wisdom luminous, the great fulfiller of desired aims, the purifier of all evil states, the greatest of all living beings, protector, the earnest liberator of all creatures, unrivaled knight in battle with afflictions, humiliating ignorance his foe, the celebrated mind of amorousness, endowed with forms heroic and repulsive, the dancer moving to and fro his hundreds of lengthy arms while setting down his stride, the dancer spreading through the whole of space and filling it with Shrimad's 100 arms, stood tall atop the surface of the earth, the soul of just 1 foot pervading all, stood tall atop the summit of the world, the nail of his big toe suppressing all, whose aim is one, whose aim is non-Dharma, whose aim is ultimate beyond destruction, whose mind consists in groups of consciousness with varied objects, forms and cognizance, amusing every new object of existence, a mind of passion-loving emptiness, transcending worldly passion and the like, with great enjoyment for the threefold one, with fair complexion white like pristine clouds, with radiance like beams from autumn moons, with luster rivaling the morning sun, twin bells emitting light of crimson red, whose handsome crown has sterling sapphires, whose hair has tips of sapphire deep blue, with glory from the light of his great jewel, adorned with emanations of the Buddhas, the shaker of 100 worldly realms, his strength the four miraculous powers, reality with mindfulness supreme, samadhi king of fourfold mindfulness, infused with sense from bloom on body's branches, an ocean of Tathagata virtues, with knowledge of the eightfold past true way, with knowledge of the path of perfect Buddhas, the great attachment of all living beings, attachment free comparable to space, when springing up in every creature's mind, he is for every being as swift as mind, aware of all the aptitudes of beings, while captivating every creature's mind, with insight into aggregated natures, himself with fully purified aggregates, atop the peak of every going forth, most skilled in going forth in every way, established on all paths of going forth, the teacher of all forms of going forth, uprooting all becoming with 12 links, endowed with purity in all 12 forms, is formed the way of fourfold noble truths, with realization of the eightfold knowledge, with meaning of the truths in 12-fold form, aware of suchness in its 16 forms, with true awakening in 20 forms, awakened fully knowing all supreme, dispatching countless sets of some 10 million embodiments of emanating Buddhas, the final realization of all moments, who knows each moment's object for all minds, and manifesting for the sake of beings, with means derived from varied vehicles, come forth by way of all 3 vehicles, remaining in the single vehicle's fruit, with purified afflicted spheres at heart, annihilating every karmic sphere, arrived atop dry land from flooding oceans, emerged from yoga's perilous dark growth, released from general, minor and complete afflictions and their latent tendencies, with insight, means and foremost empathy, achieving fruitful aims for living beings, abiding object free through all perceptions, with consciousness as object with cessation, with every being the object of his mind, with knowledge that's the mind of all the Buddhas, residing in the mind of every being, having become their mind's equality, and satisfying the mind of every being. He is for every being great inner joy, confusion-free regarding points of doctrine, completely free from error in all its forms, his thinking free from doubt, his object threefold, his object all 3 properties by nature, throughout 3 times the content of 5 skandhas, discerning clearly each and every moment, awakening in but a single moment, his basic nature equal to all Buddhas, with bodiless the best of bodies, with realization of the peak of bodies, displaying his form in every possible way. He is the greatest stone, the precious gem, what all the perfect Buddhas are to know. The Buddha's unsurpassed awakening, devoid of syllables, yet born of mantra, arising from great mantras, threefold family, the father to the meaning of all mantras, the greatest Bindu void of syllables, with 5 great syllables, great empty one, 100 syllables devoid of Bindu, endowed with every form, yet free from form, supporting half of 16 Bindus, transcending every grouping void of members. Jhana's fourth and final peak, aware of jhanas each and every aspect, with knowledge of samadhis, types and families, the best of bodies, body of samadhi, the sovereign king of all enjoyment bodies, the best of bodies, emanation body, the heir to emanations of the Buddhas, with varied emanations everywhere, while benefiting all however needed, the sovereign of the gods, the god of gods, the Sura Lord, the ruler of immortals, the king of deities, the god's guru, the highest lord of Brahmata, Brahmata, emerged from psychic life symbolizing forests, the single teacher, guru for all beings, in every well-known world in all directions, the eminent bestower of the Dharma, concealed by armor made of loving kindness, while shielded by the shield of empathy, with wisdom sword in hand with bow and arrow, concluding war with ignorance and klesha, the Mara's enemy and tamer hero, eliminating threats from all four Maras, defeating all the armies of the Maras, the guide for living beings, the perfect Buddha, deserving homage, worthy of respect, deserving reverence, always honorable, deserving worship, worthy of regard, the highest Guru ever venerable, traversing all 3 worlds in just one stride, his step extending vast the bounds of space, with knowledge of the 3 well-versed and pure, with 6-fold higher knowledge and recall, the Bodhisattva and Mahasattva, with power great transcending worldly life, perfected by his excellence of insight, now unified with insight's highest nature, the whole aware of self, aware of other, for fit for all he is the best of men, surpassing all to which he is compared, supreme most lord of knowing and what's known, the foremost master of imparting Dharma, who shows the meaning of the fourfold seal, the most revered amongst all living beings, engaged in going forth on all 3 paths, may glory purified by ultimate truth, most fortunate within the threefold one, the celebrated source of all endowments, supreme among the glorious Manjushri. Homage to you, Bhagwan, to best of Vajras, O summit of existence, homage to you, whose source is emptiness, O Buddha's awakening, homage to you, O passion of the Buddhas, homage to you, desire of the Buddhas, I pay you homage, O love of every Buddha, homage to you, the joy of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage, O smile of every Buddha, homage to you, the laugh of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage, O speech of every Buddha, homage to you, the heart of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage, arisen from non-being, homage to you, arisen from the Buddhas, arisen from the sky, homage to you, born of pristine wisdom, O net of illusion, homage to you, the Buddha's spectacle, homage to you, the everything of all, O body of wisdom, homage to you. Om Sarvadama Bhava Sambhava Mishade Vajra Om Pragite Parishuddha Sarvadama Yatutam Sarvatata Gatanyana Kaya Manjushri Parishuddhitam Obadayate Om Sarvatata Gata Shridayam Hara Hara Om Shri Bhagavan Yanamuti Bhagesham Mahavaja Sarvadama Gagana Manasu Parishuddha Dharma Dadu Jnana Garbha. Then Vajradhara, ever glorious, most pleased and satisfied with 40 palms, prostrated to the Buddha, noble God, the Blessed One, the Lord Tathagata, and with a host of other Vajrapanis of varied form to Lord of Puyakas, Sublime protectors, noble wrathful kings, we then exclaim this effervescent praise. Protector, we rejoice, how excellent what you have clearly taught. Through you our lofty aim has been achieved, which leads to true and full awakening. And so the aims of helpless mundane beings who seek the fruits of perfect liberation. Just this taught in the Maya Jala is the noble path that leads to excellence. With largeness, vastness, and profundity, with meaning great achieving beings aims. Justice comprises every Buddha's sphere. Justice is taught by all awakened ones. This concludes the screen chanting the names of Blessed One Manjushri, the Wisdom Deity. It was extracted from the Loganatha illusion of Mahayoga Tantra in 16,000 parts from its chapter on the net of Samadhi. It was spoken by the Blessed One Shakyamuni Dattatathagata. On page 33. Fearless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious one, the Shravakas and the Vacheka Buddhas, victorious Losar, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge for infinite knowns. Please bestow the virtue of goodness for accomplishing this here and now, holding and spreading the money's precious and complete teachings. Through explanation and practice, through all the armor and patience that is never discouraged, incomparable, venerable gurus, you will make with us. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness flows, and for mother living beings who suddenly departed to peace. What great loss! Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of three jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of victorious ones, the reincarnation swiftly leading glory, fortune, and bliss. Patient in bearing the hardships of spreading the teachings of the many in general, and the teachings of victorious gemstones and covering hundreds of directions. Lord of Dharma, holding the three vows and wearing saffron robes, please quickly return as the glory of the peerless teachings. You held the teachings of explanation and practice with great asceticism, unable to bear that transmigratory beings are confused by the darkness of suffering. Through your great loving kindness, you skillfully led them to happiness. Unparalleled Son of the teachings, please return quickly. Beautified by the ornament of supreme patience and increasing the practice of the supreme authentic teachings, victorious one through listening, reflection, and meditation. Guide of all transmigratory beings along the perfect path. True and perfect pure Guru, please return quickly. Lama, think of me. Lama, consider me. Most kind Root Lama, care for me. Most gracious Root Lama, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by a tormented disciple. Nama embodiment of the Buddhas of 3 times, please bless me. You may rest in all-pervading great bliss, equipoised within the dhatu of unimpeded luminosity. Yet the playful dance of your loving compassion emanates in myriad ways. The time has come for the return of the swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Bodhgaya, and for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. Arise, arise, arise from the Dharmakaya. I invoke you, I call upon you, I implore you on behalf of all beings. Do not rest in Gachara or other pure realms, rather to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings. Swiftly return to this southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma and study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor wretched beings. Such is the desperate cry of us, your disciples. Return so we may actually behold your presence and receive the blessings of your body, speech, and mind. All violations, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made in relation to your body, speech, mind, and spontaneous activity, through our being confused and conceiving things in erroneous ways, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your 3 kayas. Of everything auspicious and supreme auspiciousness, may there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion. May there be the auspiciousness of a timely meeting between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging suchness, may the unmistaken incarnation return quickly. This event was made by me and Akini with pure faith in Samaya, our eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled through the blessings of the deities in 3 roots. Perception, its object, and its receiver, all is all within the expanse, the blissful clarity of suchness. And then the king of prayers. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You lions among humans, gone to freedom in the present, past and future, in the worlds of 10 directions. To all you with body, speech and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world. To all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every atom of Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of bodhisattvas, and I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way, with infinite oceans of praise for you, and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice. I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas, and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones, fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones, with transcendental offerings peerless and vast, with profound adoration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done, with my body, speech and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger and confusion, all these I openly lay bare before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who have attained the Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening. All you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together I earnestly request, you who may actualize parinirvana, please stay with us for aeons numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara, whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offering and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath the Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma. May their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives in all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way. And thus in each cycle of death, migration and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life, then following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of a Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, in every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 parameters, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's way, just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the lower realms, and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening, and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for aeons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, harmony to the various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always be the spiritual mentor, and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for aeons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminating everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of Bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future aeons, while circling through all states of existence. May I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless pristine wisdom and positive potential. And one atom I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening, perceiving this in all directions. I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in a space of a wisp of hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of aeons. Thus I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the very tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dhamma, of all Buddhas in 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future aeons, and I will enter into all aeons in 3 times, in but a fraction of a second. In one instant I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lions among humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening, purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the power of interfering forces. I shall perfect the power of the Bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds. May I free an ocean of beings. May I clearly see an ocean of Dharma. May I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities. May I fulfill an ocean of aspirations. May I make offerings for an ocean of Buddhas. May I practice without discouragement for an ocean of aeons. To awaken fully through this Bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations in the awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one, called Samandabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as a skillful Samandabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields, I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this Bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future aeons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless the living beings, thus limitless the karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during aeons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening, gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha infinite light, and even in this very human life, They will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samandabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the five boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Thus, with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the three worlds will make offerings, going quickly to the noble body tree, and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces. They will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Down that complete awakening is the fully ripened result comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice, in order to train just like the hero Manjushri who knows reality as it is, and just like Samandabhadra as well. I completely dedicate all this goodness, just as they did, with that dedication which is praised as greatest by all the Buddhas come to freedom in the three times. I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception, for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus, in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions, with a billion emanations by the power of wisdom, through even the small virtue I have accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice. May all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant, through creating limitless positive potential by dedicating this prayer among the Vajra's deeds. May all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wanderers in samsara through the accomplishment of this scripture dancing with Samandavadra's practice. May suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. Incomparably kind and supreme Tathagata, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, may you have a long life and all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Chitan come near and the source of happiness and success for myself and for all sentient beings, be actualized within my own heart and in the hearts of my family members, in the hearts of all the people around me, in the hearts of all sentient beings without even a second's delay, and for those in whose hearts bodhicitta has been generated, may it increase. Chancho Sancho Rinpoche Amakya Banam Yegyuchen Yemba Nyamba Membai Kone Gondo Bawaisho. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me and the three-time merits collected by others, which exist or which are empty from their own side, may the I who exists but who is empty from its own side achieve Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which exists but which is empty from its own side, and lead all the sentient beings who exist but who are empty from their own side to that state of full enlightenment which exists but which is empty from its own side. myself alone who exists, who is empty from its outside. Chondende deshin shabadra chumayan dabasobe sange namanati yaging ambola chatsalo jaja sama samba chumbo kundu sambola chatsalo tayana om menzadriwa awa bodhine soa om duru duru zaya munge so tayana om menzadriwa awa bodhine soa om duru duru zaya munge so Tayana Om Menzadriwa Awa Bodhine Soa Om Duru Duru Zaya Munge So Tayana Om Menzadriwa Awa Bodhine Soa Om Duru Duru Zaya Munge So Tayana Om Menzadriwa Awa Bodhine Soa Om Duru Duru Zaya Munge So Tayana Om Menzadriwa Awa Bodhine Soa Om Duru Duru Zaya Munge So Tayata Om Benzadriwa Awa Bodhine Soa Om Duru Duru Zaya Munge Soha Chondende Deshin Shabadra Chambayan Lama Sobe Sange Bengela Benduri Aginga Bola Chatsa Chondende Deshin Shabadra Chambayan Lama Sobe Sange No Dhammananta Cheda Tuju Mega Bola Chatsa. Choose the blessings, the victorious ones, the bodhisattvas, the truth and infallible to pantherizing, and the power of my pure special attitude taking responsibility. May all the aims of my pure prayers be accomplished immediately.